Hi guys, Canadian Hunter here. So today I went out with a bunch of buddies and we were messing around with 22 LR, some shotguns and some SKSs. And I said to the guys, hey, have you ever done a cut shell? And they were like, what the hell's a cut shell? And I've only seen this online, but I thought I would give it a try. So a buddy had brought out his 12 gauge. It was a Remington 870, one of the sort of shorter, 18.5-inch barrel ones. And he had some, birdshot, and he had some what did he have? He had some of the nitro pheasant rounds and a few things like that. And I said, hey, we can turn these into effectively a slug. So, if you're like me, I really enjoy shooting stuff like this, like these slugs. I mean, it's amazing what a slug will do out of a 12 gauge, like these 1 ounce. I've got the Score brand in Canada. This Score brand is really affordable. I mean, you're still paying $1 for a slug, though. Sadly, but even in this birdshot, this is a 12 gauge number 8, and so if you don't know what a cut shell is, I mean, and I'm going to say this right off the bat, if you do this, I'm not condoning doing this. I'm not saying this is a good idea, and if you hurt yourself, well, play at your own risk, honestly, but what you do is you take something like this birdshot and you cut it. You cut it almost all the way through, and I would say we were cutting it a little bit, honestly, too low, I think. But generally you want to cut this all the way through. They would say about halfway up, but let's just say if I was going to cut this right now, I probably would do between where it says Score here and Canada. I probably would just take this knife, and you cut through this all the way around. You cut all the way through, but not completely in a circle. You would cut until you pretty much just meet, and you leave just a tiny bit hanging on there. And the idea is that when you shoot this out of a 12 gauge, it will come out of there like a slug. And I knew it would work. I didn't know how effective it would be. And where we were shooting today, there were some 2x6 boards, and there was some plywood, and there was this old dead stump. And we laid the plywood. It's probably, I would say it was 1/2 inch plywood against the stump. And then we lined up the 2x6 right in line with that stump as well. So I built a couple of these cut shells, and we were so shocked. I mean, not only did it go straight through the 2x6, like cut through it like butter, it went through I would say it was about a 1/2 inch sheet of plywood, and it went about, I would say, a 1/2 inch to an inch into the stump behind that. So effectively making, something that's costing, we buy a box of these for what, about $8. So here you got a shot that's about, say, 20 cents, and you can turn that into, near makes no difference, a slug with a tiny bit of work. I mean, it takes a couple minutes at most. I mean, honestly, once you get good at it, you can make a cut shell in, I'd say, about a minute. You could just, if you got a really sharp knife, it's really quick, and if you don't, it takes a bit more time to score it. As far as safety goes, we shot about 10 like this, and they were all good. On about, I would say, my 10th shot, we were down to Remington nitro pheasant rounds, which are a pretty hot load, and I would say I probably cut it a little bit too low, and I don't know what to call it other than a fizzle shot. So I took the risk of it, right? I said, hey guys, I'll do it. I mean, I cut the damn thing, and obviously being as safe as I can, but I shot it, and all I heard was just a fizzle, and I pulled my head back, and then it was just like a fireball that came out of the front of the gun, and it was a little bit scary when I did it. But then I realized that the beauty of a 12 gauge is that the only place that really any of the gases can come is they pretty much escape out the front. So, but it was a little bit scary. But and then we all looked at each other and said, well, 9 out of 10 were safe. But anyway, so that's cut shells. I mean, like I say, I'm not condoning to try this because I don't want any liabilities, but I would say from what I can tell, it seems safe enough. And I mean, it was bloody fun to try to. I mean, so you know, if you were in a pinch, even, you know, you were out, and let's say you were in a situation where you needed slugs, and you were like, oh shit, I forgot to bring my slugs, and you had some bird shot, and you had a sharp knife on you. You know, you could you could score them and effectively turn these into slugs. So anyway. Let me know what you guys think. Click like if you like this video, and leave some comments below. I mean, have you guys tried cut shells before? I've seen other, you know, very popular YouTubers experiment with cut shells with great success, and that's where I got the idea to do it. And we just happened to be out today with a 12 gauge, and I thought, shit, we're gonna try this. And again, super shocked at how effective it is. And like I said, we were initially just shooting it into plywood, and just shocked that it was just blasting you know, a hole exactly the size of the shell right through that, and just a cleanest hole. And then we found this chunk of 2x6 and thought, shit, I wonder if it'll go through that. And not only did it go through that, it went through the plywood, and it stuck, I would say, all the way. I mean, the length of the cut shell, which was, you know, I would say, you know, we were only going about a quarter inch up from the brass. So I mean, that whole thing stuck right in the stump behind. So if you guys like this video, please click like, and as always, please click subscribe. Talk to you guys later. Bye bye.